Not only is it not Friday, it's not even Thursday. Multi-gasp. Nevertheless, you're watching Smell the Coffee with Dana Master and Aina Reza Quayo on nonetheless, a still beautiful Wednesday morning.
I like your sweater.
Oh, thank you.
Is it
Sponsored by
Coca-Cola?
Coke. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. It's
Coca-Cola,
very nice.
yes. How you doing, sweetie?
I'm doing great. Can't complain. I mean, all things, we are moving nicely.
We're cruising.
We are cruising nicely. I can't complain, man. Life is good. Life is soft. It's a brand new month. Blessed to be here. Blessed to be alive. Blessed to be realizing some of my dreams.
Amen and amen. Okay, I love that for you.
Bye. We are trying.
Heck,
We are trying with it, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's all good.
But I think that's all we can do, hey?
That's all we can do.
Try, because a lot of the things are out of our control. I realize as human beings, we like being in control. And most of the times we never are.
Yes.
And when things don't go the way we plan them, we get discouraged, we get demotivated, and it's like, ugh, but I thought by now I'd be a millionaire. Maybe
we all thought we would be rich and famous.
rich and famous. Others
Yeah.
thought they'd be married with 3 kids and have a house and whatnot. That time you don't even have an apartment to rent by yourself. You're even
Imagine.
sharing. So that's what I was just gonna say. Like, just because life doesn't look the way you thought it would look, doesn't mean it still won't happen. Do you understand?
Yes.
So you
It's
can't
still
give up.
coming. It's yet to happen.
It's
Yeah.
yet to happen. So sometimes a no is not a no, it's a not yet. And I think as human beings, we need to learn to just push through, to be like, okay, you know what? Because the minute now you give up, now how are you going to make that million?
Yeah.
You understand? So at least just continue working hard, pushing towards your dreams and your goals, and one day they'll manifest. Look at people like Taraji P. Henson. She got her first big break, I think, in her 40s, if
Yeah,
I'm not mistaken. Like her first big movie.
You know, I put on my status, apparently it's not going to be one big break. It's going to be gradual steps
Yes.
that will eventually lead to that.
Yeah, it's like little steps, little wins.
Yeah, little wins.
I mean, look at Tyler Perry. There was a time I think he was homeless. Now he owns one of the biggest studios in the world.
Yeah, but not all of us can be Tyler Perry's or Taraji P. Henson.
Exactly. So
Just
you never
to
know.
be a hater a little bit.
Just
It's
to be a
good
hater.
that you, sometimes it's just good to know that things are possible, but they might not be possible for you.
That's the thing as well. Because it's kind of like, I think you should also know when to stop. Do you understand? There's that tricky thing where it's like, but what if I stop just before I get to the big break? But then also there's those people that are like, I've been at this for the last 20 years.
Nothing is happening.
Nothing is
Maybe
happening.
you're just in the wrong field.
You're probably in the wrong field. You're maybe in the wrong country. I don't know. There's like a lot of factors that come to play.
There's a lot
But I
of
think
factors.
your intuition also comes to play. When you
There are things
finally,
where you just know that you know that you know.
yes,
that you
it's like,
know.
okay, I'm reaching. It's fine. I've tried literally everything that I
That's
can.
what I said to myself. By the time I'm 30, I'm done.
Yeah.
Like, I'm done. By the time I'm 30, I'm settling for whatever. Where the wind blows,
That's where you go.
I'm chasing the wind
You're chasing the wind now.
Because
Yeah.
time's
Because then
going.
again, it's not like anyone can say you didn't try. You did try.
I did try.
You
for the
explored
first 20 years.
everything.
Yes.
To a point where you're like, okay, you know what? Maybe this just isn't what I
me.
meant to do.
And that's fine.
And that's fine. So don't give up, but also know when to give up. It's
Yeah.
contradictory, I know, but if you're listening to a little explanation, you'll know exactly what we were saying. We'll now be taking a quick ad break and getting into our top stories when we come back.
Neo Paints has established a 67-year Namibian legacy, creating personalized paint solutions that blend quality and innovation for the Namibian people. We pride ourselves in being a 100% Namibian-owned company, investing in our country and our people by employing and empowering true Namibians. With every brushstroke, Neo Paints commits to our quality guarantee and always delivering a coat of excellence. At Neo Paints, we always stay true to our country. We are as Namibian as you.
I think it's been a while since we've brought bizarre news on Smell the Coffee. Well, today we have a very bizarre story. a man chops up his penis and stores it in a jar of snow after eating some psychedelic mushrooms.
That's wild.
That's very bizarre. All right, now a man in Austria reportedly amputated his own penis with an axe after ingesting a hefty dose of psychedelic mushrooms. Fortunately, doctors in Austria were able to reattach the severed organ. The patient's shocking story is the first of its kind, according to SciPost.org, and now detailed in the Mega Journal of Surgery. The 37-year-old man was reportedly suffering from depression and alcohol abuse at the time of a psychotic break. Psilocybin is a naturally occurring compound in so-called quote-unquote magic mushrooms with the power to thrust humans into hallucinatory states if ingested. It works by altering the brain's serotonin receptors, altering our senses, and heightening emotions. Throughout history, several indigenous cultures have used the drug in spiritual ceremonies and to bring enlightenment to the physically ill. Lately, mainstream medicine has caught on to the therapeutic benefits of psilocybin mushrooms, as studies show it could help treat patients experience psychological distress such as depression, anxiety, addiction, and PTSD. However, the patient involved in the shocking new report found no such relief after using the substance without supervision to treat his ill mental health. This is the first documented case of Klingsor syndrome related to psilocybin, in which a psychologically disturbed person self-inflicts harm on their genitals. Doctors at a hospital in Austria wrote that the patient, who had been alone at his vacation home at the time, had eaten 4 to 5 individual dried mushrooms, inducing a brief psychotic episode in which he used an axe to chop his penis into multiple pieces. Later on, he was spotted by a town person after wandering from his home to seek help. He arrived at the nearest hospital in critical condition about 5 hours later. The garish scene indicated to medical experts that the man had attempted to tie a piece of cloth around his penis to block blood flow and place the rest of the organ in a jar filled with snow. Doctors had to carefully clean the severed organ, which had been contaminated by dirt and snow, and managed to repair the tip and about 2.5 inches of shaft. Other pieces had been too damaged to reattach. Unluckily, the patient was unable to fully recollect the nightmarish event.
What? So did he make his penis into mushrooms?
No, he ate the psychedelic mushrooms. And then he got high. And then he chopped off his penis.
Yeah.
And then I think he realized that, oh no. And then he thought, okay, fine, let me try to save it. And then he put it in a jar. He apparently collected snow from the ground and
So
put it
you
in a
don't
jar.
die from cutting off your penis?
I guess not. I think
I
you
would
probably
have-
die from from blood loss, maybe.
I would have assumed you would die.
Yeah. No, apparently not.
So he put it in a plastic bag?
He put it in a jar of snow.
Yeah.
And then you take it to the hospital. Imagine this man coming with a jar and it's like, what is this? And it's like, it's my penis.
Can you guys put it back?
Can you guys put it back? And you know what? Apparently after a few months, the guy actually had like full erectile function. Like his penis was working
So it went
fine.
back?
Yeah, it was working fine.
Wow.
Like as fine as
I
can be.
almost said something so stupid and so odd.
You can say it to me after the break. But also, I mean, don't do drugs, kids.
Don't do
Don't
drugs.
do drugs. I've heard of people who've taken mushrooms and they said that the high that they experience is,
Yeah.
hey, you guys need to be careful. I'm just saying, stay away from drugs.
Yeah, but nonetheless, colleagues and friends, let's move on to some messy news. Let's talk Cardi B and Offset.
Oh.
Yeah, so a lot has been happening in their lives. Cardi B went on a Instagram live the other day where he went to basically spill everything about
Cardi
him.
or Offset?
No, Cardi B.
Oh.
Cardi B went online to say that things, she went online on an Instagram live on Wednesday night to accuse her estranged husband for blowing up her phone and trying to make her jealous over him moving on from him. According to screen recordings shared on social media, including the hip hop magazine, the Vab singer Cardi also said she regrets being in a relationship with Offset. During the live stream, she was basically going off. Cardi seemingly avoided naming the Migos rapper, but she spoke directly about him and to him. Cardi, who was in France at the time for the Paris Fashion Week, said, "I don't care about any other woman with whom Offset might be having relations. I'm too much of a woman for you, and I've always been too good for you. Nothing surprises me anymore. You've done it all, so I don't care," she said in a different point in the live stream. "Thank you for my kids, though. All 3 of them. I don't regret any of them, but I regret you. I don't regret my kids. You are a good daddy. You are all right, but you must go." So
I've never understood. You know, one thing about celebrities, they will do an Instagram live. Guys.
why do you never ever do an Instagram live if you love your brand?
Yes.
Don't do an Instagram. That's where your whole career will go down the hill, because whatever you say on an Instagram live can be misconstrued.
Yes.
People can take it however
And people
they want
already,
to
the minute
take
they
it.
see you're live, they start screen recording.
Yes.
So even
yes.
if it's gone or you delete, people already have it.
Have
The
it.
internet never forgets.
People already have it.
But
Don't
also-
post anything shady on social media.
But also, if you're someone who shares, like you guys share kids, do you really want later on your kids finding out about this? Like,
Yeah, the kids must know that mom regretted being with
Yeah.
our dad. And that's fine. I think that's honest. They must know the pure truth, not these things of just pretending. She's saying she didn't badmouth him as a father.
She badmouthed him as a
husband,
partner.
as a
Choice.
partner. So the kids can't go and say, our mother said our dad is a bad father. No,
But
she
why
never
not
said
just
that.
send it in a text though? Like, why did you have to go on Instagram live and air out your dirty laundry for everybody to
Because
see?
the relationship was already on Instagram. It was publicized already. So
No, but we didn't know that he was blowing up her phone. Do you understand? Some of these things.
sending her cheating things.
Exactly, we didn't.
Sending her pictures of the people. Bro, that's so vile. Why would, if you are cheating on me, why would you send me pictures of the people you are cheating on me with?
To show you that, you know what, I've moved on, I don't care.
So what? I don't care. Why are you showing me?
I understand her doing a live had the pictures been leaked. Do you understand? But the pictures hadn't been leaked.
He is the one sending. He's just trying to traumatize her.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, he's sending them to her. So there was no need for her to then go on Instagram
There
live
was a
and
need
be like,
to go
"Hi,
and there
everybody,
was a
this is what he's
need.
doing."
If you go low, us
I
will
go
go lower, underground.
Chos.
He's going low,
So
so
you're
she
going
must
underground.
go underground. No.
No, but my advice, no. Nothing on this God's green earth can make me set up my phone, open Instagram live, and start yelling at my phone or crying. Like, do you know? it
Crying
takes-
on social media is the weirdest thing. Or praying in tongues on social media.
Guys,
Or like,
please, ne?
or
Like,
I just don't appreciate people who go on social media in praise and worship, or okay, maybe praise and but you know, in your secret place.
Yeah,
Now
in
you're
your prayer,
crying
in your war room.
In your war room, tears. It just seems pretentious.
it seems very pretentious. But even that thing that I'm saying, like, you record yourself crying. What psychopathic behavior is that, colleagues?
And recording yourself.
There's a
crying is
video I
below
saw.
me.
This girl set up her camera. So basically in the video, we just see her sitting, right? And she's crying. And then someone commented, so you went, placed your camera on the ground, ran back to sit down, and you started crying.
Nah,
And then when you were
that's
done,
wild.
you'd still edited it and posted it to social media. That time she's crying over her man. I'm like, nothing
God-
on this God's green earth. Do you know, there have been times where I've cried, ne? And then I go in, like, in the bathroom and I see myself, and I even start laughing at myself. I'm like, but this is embarrassing. You're really crying.
Let's not make
So
sure.
you'll be there like, and you start laughing. Like, no.
But
guys.
nonetheless, let's wrap this up and go for an interview where we talk about environmental conservation.
Today on Smell the Coffee, we are talking all things green. I mean, good for the planet. I'm joined by Dr. Lara Beer from the Hans Seidel Foundation, and we're here to talk about, again, just climate change and climate protection. How are you doing, Dr. Lara?
I'm doing very well, thank you. And you?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for joining us today.
Thanks, it's a pleasure to be here.
All right, so let's get straight into it. Please tell us about the Transformation of Food Systems Agroforestry as Climate Resilient Practice Initiative.
So basically, it's not just an initiative, it's a conference we are hosting. That's the Hans Seidel Foundation Namibia, together with the Namibia Nature Foundation, with the financial support of the Capricorn Foundation. We are hosting that conference just in 2 days, just on Wednesday. So we are very busy preparing for that conference. The very last things need to be organized. So that conference is part of our global initiative, the Hans Seidel Foundation's global project for mitigation and adaptation to climate change. And we are aiming to support and to connect actors, institutions and organizations at the regional and global level for dialogue, for knowledge transfer and for co-creation of innovative solutions. And to achieve that, we have created the Think Global Sustainability Network. We are spanning all regions of the Global South. We're having sub-networks in Latin America, in Africa, of course, in the Middle East and northern parts of Africa and in Asia. And we're having different key thematic areas on which we are working. And one of that key thematic areas is agroforestry. And the upcoming conference is part of the global activities where we aim to bring together partners from all over the world. So we will be joined by project partners from our Africa network, from our MENA network, and from the Latin American network. I'm really proud of that we managed to get so many people together to join us at this mainly Namibian conference, and also to provide the Namibian audience also with their experience they've made in the field of agroforestry and combating climate change.
I see. All right. So you briefly mentioned some of the partners involved, but could you maybe just give us a more elaborate list of the stakeholders involved in this initiative and what they hope to achieve?
Okay, let me start with the second part. What we hope to achieve is to discuss agroforestry in the light of the pressing challenges of climate change we are facing in sub-Saharan Africa and Namibia in particular. And our stakeholders include, like I said, our project partners from different regions, but of course the Hans Seidel Foundation, the Namibia Nature Foundation as hosts of this conference, and the Capricorn Foundation as sponsor. Without Capricorn Foundation, we would not be able to do that big. And also stakeholders are the decision makers from the public and private sectors. So civil society organizations being active in the fields of climate change, agriculture, forestry, food security and sustainable agriculture, and how to transform our food systems, and of course our government officials from the line ministries from agriculture and forestry as well.
I see. So you did say that it's going to be this Wednesday, which is the 2nd of October. So what forms part of the program for this event? What can we expect?
So it will be a full day conference, a very interesting program. I'm happy to share with you that we'll have quite a couple of very interesting expert talks from international speakers as well as from Namibian speakers. And we'll also have a panel discussion in the afternoon. I'm really looking forward to that because it is part of my favorite session on the success stories on agroforestry from practitioners from around the world. We've invited a bunch of very interesting people who will join their expertise with us, and we'll discuss how to implement agroforestry in an arid condition like we are facing here in Namibia.
Okay, all right. Well, it seems like it's going to be very informative and something that we should definitely be a part of. So through this, right, we are advocating for agroforestry. Why is this an important conversation to have now? We do know that, of course, climate change is rife right now.
Yeah, it is extremely important to have it now, not only tomorrow, because not only in Namibia and the Southern African region, it's basically globally we're facing rising temperatures, changing rainfall patterns, more extreme weather like floods or droughts, the droughts are very extremely significant for us here in Namibia. So, and the agriculture sector, the backbone of our food production, it's highly sensitive to climate conditions. And these climate conditions combined with extreme weather, like droughts or floods, is impacting our crop production and our livestock rearing. So it is very important to combat these climate change effects, so that we transform our food systems to be more climate resilient, to be more sustainable and equitable. And we believe, not only we, but also the experts, that agroforestry is a possible solution to combat climate change and all the effects we are facing. So agroforestry is not a new system, it's age-old, but Namibians do not know much about that. It's not very well known here in Namibia. So it is very important to also raise awareness about that, how to best combine trees and shrubs with crops, and also to combine it with livestock keeping, so that we are transforming our food production to become more climate resilient, to be not dependent on or not be affected by a drought, or not that much affected by a drought.
Yeah. All right. So what agroforestry initiatives exist already in Namibia? You did say it's not something that is really well known. So are there, if any, initiatives?
Yes, we do have quite small initiatives at a small scale, but we do have some initiatives, and I'm very happy that we managed to invite some of the practitioners to share their experience they made in the past. We have one initiative, it's the most professional and largest initiative. It's a young gentleman, Hanyo Lul, setting up an agroforestry system in Kavango West region, close to Kurunkuru. The photos I've seen there are quite impressive, what he's doing there. So I'm really happy that he is one of our panelists. I'm really looking forward to learn more about what he's actually doing on his farm. But we also have been able to invite a small-scale farmer from Kongola in the Zambezi region. He has installed a food forest.
Wow.
And that is also a very interesting concept to implement and to learn how he managed to set it up in his village and how the entire village profits from that. And then we also have another case story from Namibia. It's a gentleman from Okakarara, and they are doing syntropic agroforestry. It's a bit different approach, but also very interesting to learn more about that and how to implement it, maybe even at home.
Oh, wow. So they can inspire others, and we can all, take a step into the right direction. Now, lastly, bringing it back to the event slated for the 2nd of October, who is invited? Where is it? What time does it start? All of those details.
So it's taking place at the Country Club. We'll start at 9 o'clock, and we'll be hopefully through the program at 6 o'clock in the evening. So it's a very full program. Actually, everyone with an interest in agroforestry and food systems is invited. We have been sending out invitations with the RSVP link, but unfortunately we only have limited seats, so the participants list is already closed, but we'll have a live stream on our Facebook page. It's the Think Global Sustainability Network's Facebook page. We'll have a live stream on. And then please join us to learn more about agroforestry.
It seems like it's going to be very interesting. Dr. Lara, thank you so very much for joining us today, and we wish you all the best for your event on Wednesday. Stick around, we'll be right back with more Smell the Coffee.
Now, before we say goodbye, we would like to congratulate Ndina Emosho, a teacher at Ekulo Senior Secondary School in Oshikoto, in the Oshikoto region, for being crowned now Miss Tourism Africa in Nigeria. She also walked away with the best national costume.
Listen, we are there.
We
are doing
up
things.
there. Namibia to the world.
Namibia to the world. Shout out to Ndina and congratulations. We are so proud of you.
A black girl, your dreams are valid. She went and she did the thing.
She did it.
All right, from Diana Master and Aina Reza Kwayo, we do wish you a lovely Wednesday ahead.